Hey guys, what's up? Today, as you can see, I'll be streaming for a bit Valkyria Revolution. And why it may not seem as a good idea for a stream because the story is so damn long and a lot of people trash this game, I still decided to do it because 1, I love it, 2, I uploaded my top 5 Valkyria games today. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it right now. And 3, because I don't exactly intend to prove to you guys that this game is good, that it doesn't deserve the hatred, but I just want you to see for yourselves if it's a game that you might want to play or not. You can see I have already beaten this game around a month ago, maybe less. So I can get to play now a new game plus, which will start the game normally from the beginning. And I don't get to keep my levels, only some items and profiles and blah blah blah. Nothing truly relevant, you know. So anyway, welcome. Thank you, Rem. Thanks for your donation. And I'm sorry you can't stay. I wanted you to stay so you can see for yourself how good this game is. Because it is. Really. You know, a long time ago, about a year ago, I made this video called Top 10 JRPGs Everybody Hates, but I don't. I didn't include this game because I hadn't played that game. I hadn't played this game before that video. But now that I have played it, I would love to go back to that video and include it. It probably will be on the first places of that video, of that top 10, because seriously, it gets a lot of undeserved hatred. I mean, there are dozens, thousands, I dare say, maybe hundreds, let's say hundreds of RPGs that are way, way worse than this. This is not a bad game at all. It's far from being a bad game, in my opinion. Yeah, I hope you watch this later, Ram, because it really is an amazing game. But a lot of people are racist towards it because it's not a Chronicles game. You know, spin-offs often get trashed by critics very stupidly. People who just go and play like 1 hour of the game and, oh, it's not a Chronicles game, so it sucks. No way. The only real criticism that is objectively acceptable, in my opinion, is towards the gameplay mechanics. Even though it's not a Chronicles game, not a strategy RPG, it does have a lot of flaws, gameplay-wise, on the battle system. But you will be the judge of that, you who are watching this stream today. Character levels and items will be carried over. Not sure I want to do that, because if I do that, the game will be easier than it already is. It's a very easy game, actually. There's only 2 difficulty games here. 2 difficulty modes, normal and easy. If you play this game on easy, you will absolutely be completely disappointed. It's extremely easy. Oh, thanks, Juan. Thanks, man, for your donation. Way to go. Thank you very much. So like I was saying, do not play this game on easy. Do not do that. I can't stress that enough. Do not. You'll see why later on. Okay, so I'm gonna try to start a normal game, not a new game plus. Because then if I do that, I'll carry on my levels and you won't be able to see what I'm talking about, what I mean. So how do I get out of here? Return to title. Love the graphics in this game. Anyway, let's just do a new game. You see, there's only 2 difficulties. Like I said, I don't want to sound repetitive or redundant, but do not do this. I chose easy mode, and it's just not good. It is extremely, and I mean extremely easy. Like, it will be the easiest game you've ever played in your life. Don't do that. Let's go normal. And why do I stress this out a lot? Because once you begin the game, you can't change difficulties. You can't change. As soon as I did the first missions in this game, I wanted to change my difficulty to normal, and I couldn't. The game doesn't let you do that. So play it on normal if you want a decent challenge. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. But really, if you're planning on playing this game, no easy mode.
Ragnite. A mysterious ore that emits an azure glow. It contains a magical energy known as mana. Its discovery brought prosperity to the masses, thanks to a select few who could wield its power through alchemy. In due time, the mana engine, an alchemic device that uses Ragnite as fuel, was invented in Europa. The processing of mana itself became an industry, allowing the masses to access alchemy and sparking a revolution. This Azure Revolution transformed Europa. As the demand for Ragnite grew, so too did the conflict between countries. Thus began the Age of Imperialism, in which countries would expand their borders through aggressive military action.
Thanks, guys.
The revolution transformed mankind's history.
So as you can see, it takes place in Europa, like every other Valkyria game. But apparently it's on a different dimension or something like that. Or another world, even though they share a lot of stuff. Like all the Valkyria Chronicles game takes place on the Second European War, and this is the First European War. But then I found out that they're not exactly connected, so yeah, it's kind of confusing.
The Kingdom of Jutland, September 15th, 1954, EC. On this day 100 years ago, the European Liberation War that shook the country came to an end.
It is a steampunk era.
The capital of Jutland is lively in celebration for the centennial anniversary of the country's freedom.
Takes place in the 19th century, fictional 19th century. Of course, the narrators in this game are from the 20th century. If you guys are planning on buying this game, you're in a very good time to do so because it's really cheap. You can get this game for like $10, maybe $20. I got my special edition, the Vanargan edition, for $20. So yeah, a standard copy of this game is like $15. It is a good time to buy this game. Also released on the Vita and the Xbox One. If you're looking at loot shooters,
Meanwhile, in a grove far away from the bustling
why
city,
would I look at loot shooters?
people from the Institute of Alchemy stand before a grave.
I'd like to know the truth, Professor.
The truth? What of?
I've been researching the Liberation War for a long time, and after going through the records, I've begun to have some doubts. Like, did the traitors really commit treason?
The Elsinore trials have ruled it as such. The history books paint a similar picture too.
I've seen the court records written by Lord Donovan Lindegard. the 5 traitors conspired to thrust Jutland into war for self-interest.
Man, the music here is amazing. Yasunori Mitsuda for you.
But is it even possible to start a war through personal greed alone?
You know Mitsuda, right? Composed the music for Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross.
The name speaks
Xenogears.
Doesn't the country as we know it exist
Xenoblade Chronicles.
because they rose to action?
Yep, same guy.
You come from a line of instructors that spans 5 generations, all of whom taught at the Institute. And the time of your great-great-grandmother's tenure is of particular interest. I've heard that Princess Ophelia and the leader of the traitors, Amlet Gronkair, were classmates and her pupils. Have you heard anything from your family about that period? How did the traitors feel? What did they think? Or why did they lead this country down the path of war? If there's some hidden truth, we should share it with the world. I've looked through a lot of historical documents and research papers regarding the traitors. I've reviewed historical facts and researched them time and again. And I've concluded that there's an important fact that remains hidden about the traitors.
And that would be?
I haven't gotten that far yet. Still, I don't believe that the traitors started a war for selfish reasons. Jutland won the war and underwent a massive growth. The fact that they laid the foundation for it should be ample reason why we shouldn't think of them as criminals. If I may be so bold, I even think the honor of those 5 should be restored.
That is quite a bold notion. There's no need to restore their honor.
Then do you accept the contents of that trial, Professor?
They didn't want to restore their honor. They wanted to watch over this area. That was their only request.
Huh?
It was for that reason they accepted the brand of traitor and the penalty of death that accompanied it. Their only wish was for all 5 of them to rest here in this land. Still, the people couldn't forgive them.
But it's clear that their request has been granted. Why is that?
It was done out of love. A complex one at that.
You have heard something then, haven't you? Please, you have to tell me, Professor.
Very well. What I'm about to discuss, as you've surmised, this is a truth that's been passed down by my family, starting with my great-great-grandmother. Listen to it in its entirety, and then decide for yourself if this is a tale that should be shared with the world.
Yeah, loading times also suck here. That's one thing I forgot to say. That is one of the very few negative aspects of the game.
EC.
Loading times suck. But come on, it's nothing people can't handle. You see all the characters here, all the stereotypes. But, you know, ironically, stereotypes in this game are kept to a minimum.
Where we stand now, became the first battleground in the war between Jutland and Ruse. Jutland's anti-Valkyria squad challenged the Rusi Empire.
Hey, Norma.
They were known as the Vannergund, and their commanding officer, Amlet Gronkair, was one of the traitors.
Another thing to say is that this game is story-driven, and I mean heavily story-driven. It's about 75% story, sorry, and 25% gameplay. I'm not kidding. It has a lot of scenes and dialogue.
The racket you've been making is getting on my nerves.
Huh? I'm just,
trembling with excitement.
Sorry about the birds.
Looks like we've got a tough one over here. I expect great things from you, Private Anderson.
You can count on me.
I must be excited too. That's why I can't stop trembling.
You're just scared.
You're right.
You ought to be following my example, little boy Bloom. I am the very paragon of vitality, vivacity, and virility.
I'm surrounded by children. War's about to break out and you act as if you don't have a care in the world.
Excuse me? Miss Bridget, surely you're not including me with the rest of this ragtag rabble.
You're the brattiest one here, Isaac.
You're quiet as always, Tilda.
You're pretty calm yourself, Bridget, even though the enemy's practically within reach.
That I am. Strangely so. Once the battle starts, though, who knows what'll happen. I've been waiting for the day to take revenge on the Empire. I'll give no quarter.
Well, we have been pushed around a lot by the Rucks. Everyone has some grudge against them, big or small.
The old lady down the street from us died the other day. They couldn't find any medicine for her in time.
She was so nice.
God, this is unacceptable. As if we'll let an economic blockade kill us. If we're gonna die, we'll go out with a bang.
Just so. 'Twas to save my people from such a regrettable fate, so far as I am able, that I have taken up the sword alongside you. We must break free from the clutches of imperialism, and put an end to this unjustly imposed embargo. Amlet Gronkair.
Yes?
I must say, I truly am glad to have joined this unit, for it has attuned me more closely to the will of my people.
Lieutenant Villefort.
Yes, sir.
Have the princess stand down.
Beg pardon? I still have matters to discuss with you.
I don't.
Must you always speak so obstinately? Even to your...
Come, Your Highness.
Godot.
Princess, when your commanding officer says stand down, you stand down. You're not students anymore.
Helena!
Aw, come on! Fifi's just trying her bestest, you know?
You always take the princess's side, Sarah. Why don't you become her handmaiden?
How rude! What's with the attitude?
Doesn't seem like they've bolstered their numbers nearly as much as the report indicated.
Even if they had, we have our orders.
Of course.
Watch over the princess.
Understood.
Sorry for the delay, Lieutenant Gronkair.
It started.
Sir, His Majesty decreed at 0752 to all citizens of Jutland the annulment of our alliance with the Ruzi Empire. He has declared we're entering a state of war against them.
Anti-Valkyria squad, prepare to commence operation. Our objective is to seize the outpost and take back our land from the Empire.
Everyone, please, lend me your ears. This is not just a battle, but the dawn of a war for our people's independence. May the blood of our own go unshed. And may we bring victory to Jutland, our country and home.
Jutland back then was in a state of poverty. The Ruzi Empire, who is in a long-standing alliance with our country, approached the other major powers of the world. Together, they launched a year-long economic embargo, which would later be known as the BRFH blockade.
BRFH. Brenland, Ruse, Frank, Hobstria. Those four powerful empires had ceased all trade and commerce with our country. With the blockade in place, the livelihood of the Judish populace was strained by a lack of resources. Jutland went to war under those circumstances.
Sorry guys, So, as you saw, it is a lot of story, like I said. I warned you, and we're not done. I don't know if any of you have played Metal Gear Solid or the Xenosaga games. They're very similar. Like 75% story and 25% gameplay.
Let's go.
There were times in which where I finished a battle and I would just put down the controller and read and read and read and watch and watch and watch for like an hour. I'm not kidding. There's a lot of scenes, and all of those scenes, well, the huge majority of them are with voice acting. So here I am, finally. Anyway, just let me read your comments and questions. Who is the composer of this game again? Yasunori Mitsuda. Did you fall in love with the game? Yes, I did. Oh, thanks, Juan, for your comment. What girl looks like Mila? And what Mila? Mila Maxwell from Tales of Xillia? Can you go into the battles only once? No, man, you can replay every battle. I don't remember, you know. I never redid any battle. But I think you can, but I'm not sure, you know. Anyway. Daryl, that's the big guy with the axe. Bridget, the girl with two swords, she's one of my favorite characters. I never took her out of my party. And Helena is just very stereotype, and she kind of sucks, so yeah, not exactly a good unit.
All right.
But the game kind of forces you to use every single character in the army, I mean in the platoon, the squad, until a certain point of the game. Halfway through the game, I believe, you can use whoever you want for the rest of the game. But before that, the first half of the game, it's like you gotta use every single character. Yeah, I know what to do.
Let's do this.
Okay, so it's an action RPG, but you don't just hack and slash your way through. For example, I click the X button and my character does an entire combo by himself. Just watch, I click the X button. That's 3 attacks. You use the potentials with the L1 button. Change characters with the L2 button. Oh no, with the L2 button you do this like strategy thing. You go solo or with your teammates.
I'll give you a...
Here, partner, teams of 2, and squad. I always chose squad, it's the best. Just everybody against everybody.
This should be easy. Let's begin the lesson.
You are playing, this is the shit spin-off, because I don't think it's a shit spin-off, man. I love this game. So I'm playing on normal, and as you saw, it's kind of easy anyway, still playing on normal. So, yeah, I won't repeat myself. Just don't play this on easy mode. Yeah. Yeah, you see one hit and he died. You're supposed to hide. While the enemy fires at you, but I don't see the point. They barely do any damage. Only the bosses or the really tough enemies can do any actual damage to you. Any link between the Valkyrie series? Apparently not. This is an entirely different universe. Although it takes place in the first European war. I don't know, chronologically confused.
The enemy forces are slow to react. I wonder if they're still half asleep.
Private Helena Anderson, ready for action.
Take it down.
No man, this is not a guilty pleasure for me. I am proud to say that I love this game. It gets a lot of really undeserved hate. But I admit that you won't be playing this game for the gameplay. You'll be playing this game for the story, the graphics maybe, even though some of the characters don't show many expressions, and the music. And the gameplay here is a walk in the park.
Seems they don't know their place.
That is why a lot of people trash this game. Because, you know, it's very easy.
Who's next?
Look, they're firing me and they're barely doing any damage. But then certain bosses can become quite difficult. Even on easy mode. Like I said, I understand every criticism people make, gamers and critics alike, on the gameplay. I admit it. It's not that good. But the story, man, is top notch here. Amazing. You rarely see stories like this nowadays.
Where the hell are they coming from? So they've finally taken the bait. Runner, send word to the motherland. Everything's proceeding according to His Imperial Majesty's designs.
There are several opinions about how the war started. One theory is that a desperate Jutland finally decided to mobilize, similar to a cornered animal. Another, that Jutland preemptively attacked due to intel that the Ruzi Empire was launching an armed invasion.
Now there's the other team. Sometimes you will have missions divided into two teams.
Please do not worry for my sake. Am I not a soldier too? I can see to my own safety.
Princess Ophelia? How audaciously admirable.
But, Fifi, you're still royalty, aren't ya? No princess left behind, says I. And no soldier, too.
Guarding your highness is an order from our commanding officer. You can leave your protection to us.
Nay. Surely that would ill serve us all.
It's over.
You mean... he's dead?
Hey, you alright there?
I'm still so inexperienced. But I can survive. Nay, I must. For my country, I will.
Fifi!
Your Highness, wait!
Yeah, like I said, 10,000 scenes and then a few minutes of gameplay. The original Nier is great in every way, in my opinion. And welcome, girls, to my stream. Yeah, another thing to say about this game is that it has an excellent voice cast in English. Yeah. You can cast magic here. You know, Ophelia is the main character here. Well, the female main character. And she may seem very stereotyped at first, but trust me, she grows up like crazy in this game. Great character development here. I mean, just because a game is very easy doesn't make it bad, in my opinion. Yeah, the game's no masterpiece, but it does stand out in certain areas.
Can you stand? Princess, can you stand?
Yes.
Oh, it's $7 in Amazon? Wow.
There a problem, Godot?
No. The princess just won her first fight is all.
You okay there, Fifi? You look even paler than usual.
But of course, she's killed a man with her own 2 hands. Such is the way of war. However, if you intend to follow us further, you must grow inured to death. A friend as well as foe.
You really need to learn how to read the mood. Still, what you're saying is correct. For once. Your Highness, it's wonderful that you volunteered for your country. But if I may be frank, you're a liability. No matter how compatible you are with Ragnite, that has no bearing on your qualifications to be a soldier in the field. At this rate, someone will die protecting you.
Everyone, I apologize for this disturbance. I'm quite all right now. I'm fine. Please forgive my lapse in judgment. Rest assured it will be my last.
Fifi.
Amlet. I defer to your authority. Please grant me leave to continue fulfilling my soldierly duties.
You got this?
Yes, sir.
Then prove it. That work for the rest of you? We've taken care of most of their monotech, so let's finish this.
Even my king father has never experienced the likes of this.
And this is true.
I am the princess. I am a soldier. Defender of the people, protector of the realm.
Anyway, is this possible to play with Japanese voices? I don't remember. Let's see.
Thanks to me.
You see, you can't change difficulty after you start the game, so be sure to play this on normal. It's still very easy on normal, but you know, as the game progresses, it gets a little more difficult. No, apparently you can't have Japanese voices here. But trust me, the voice cast here is excellent. I mean, in my opinion. I also regret not getting a PlayStation TV. I wanted one so badly.
Can't run away now.
Get lost!
Die.
Who's next?
Another win.
Push through! All right.
Let him have it.
Can you keep up with me?
Not so fast.
All right.
Nice, dipshits. Next.
Who's next?
Yeah, hopefully this game won't jump up in price thanks to me.
What do I do? All right.
More scenes. See? I told you. How much is the PlayStation TV right now, nowadays? How many hours does it take to do this game? 30 hours, I believe, because the story is so long and good.
What a nightmare. To think my unit's been routed by such paltry numbers. They don't even amount to a single platoon.
This looks like something out of a bad dream. To think such heavy mono weaponry exists.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall, right? Right?
I'll take it on. Bring it!
Amlet!
Balthus. Target the tank and take it down.
Wow, that is expensive. It's still worth it in my opinion, but it hurts to pay that much.
Constant vigilance! Resources rising!
Love you guys!
In the name of justice!
Keep an eye on them. A worthy opponent. Keep an eye on this. Pay is ours.
Oh, sorry, that was my controller vibrating. Oh yeah, and boss battles usually take a long time.
Not bad.
You'll be spending like half an hour or maybe more in some of them. Haha, down again.
Allow me to assist you. Prepare yourself. Keep an eye on reinforcements.
Rising. Constant vigilance.
Take this.
Constant vigilance. Constant vigilance.
Keep an eye on.
That's it. Dead. No challenge whatsoever. Yeah, so like I said, a lot of criticism went towards the game's difficulty, and I'm fine with that. I mean, it has no excuse for being this easy. What are you guys talking about?
I haven't hit my prime yet. I haven't hit my prime yet, you know.
Metal Gear, yeah. They do, but it doesn't work. These are the magics you can get. They become somewhat important later on. There are enemies that are weaker to certain types of magic.
We did it!
'Twas a smashing success. Well done, me.
Hey, they're running away!
Don't bother. The rear guard will take care of it.
True. Our mission is to gain control of the area. Suffice it to say, we've accomplished just that.
Commander!
What just happened?
The hell's he doing now?
First Sergeant Ramadal, you're in command. I'm going after him.
I'm coming with you.
You can only play it on easy or normal. Yes, that's right. There's no hard difficulty here. But there's very little difference between easy and normal in this game, sadly.
Damn it all! His Majesty will never forgive me for this humiliation.
Your Excellency! The enemy!
Watch this scene, guys.
What the hell? Wait, you're the... You fool! Do you have any idea what you're doing? You have brought the wrath of the entire Ruzi Empire upon you!
Where's Maria?
What?
I know exactly what I'm doing. You're Balthus Krenenberg, one of Ruz's 4 Grand Generals. We knew you'd be here. It's why we planned this op. To kill you.
Me? Ha! Well, I do feel honored. But if you kill me now, your last chance at brokering a peace dies with me. Or do you really plan to take my life, even if it drags your whole country into war? Have you lost your mind?
I won't ask you again. Where is Miss Maria? 10 years ago, you and your Emperor came here, to Molda. I know you took her. You took her. And you...
Holy shit! Are you serious? All this over one woman? Do you realize just how many people are going to die because of you? Ah, but you do know, don't you? You're a piece of work. You're completely insane!
You don't even remember.
That's right. You wanted to know about your little wench. Maria. Maria, huh? If I recall, one of my mistresses. She was a real nympho, that one. She was a hell of a slut.
That's fine. It doesn't matter anyhow. I remember. I'll never forget what you rocks did to us.
What were you just talking about?
That was their commander.
Our mission was to capture the base. We had already won. Yet you killed this man. In cold blood. He was a Grand General, yes, but by what right did you take his life? Answer me, Amlet Gronkhair. Huh? Amlet!
Yeah, not exactly a game about saving the world, right? Well, here comes fan service.
Good work, Anne.
But regardless, she's a great character also. Yeah, it's got a mature story, adult-oriented game. Not a JRPG about kids saving the world, huh?
Confirm it once more. Is it true that Jutland has attacked?
Yes, Your Excellency. Wonderful. We can finally deal with the Jutes as we please.
And Balthus?
He was preparing to engage the enemy when we left. I believe we should get more information soon.
Your Majesty, forgive my intrusion, sire.
If it isn't the envoy.
Hail, Emperor Claudius, and well met. I, Lord Donovan Lindegard of Jutland, hope to find you in good health.
What is it? You seem in great haste.
Moments ago, I received grave tidings. The alliance between our nations has been severed by a declaration of war.
We already have knowledge of this news.
Indeed,
yeah, me too, mate.
As expected of His Majesty.
Our Empire's treasured outpost was attacked.
Can it be?
We definitely need more JRPGs with this kind of
Correct.
stories,
We shall,
kinds of plots.
therefore, answer the kingdom in kind.
Words can't convey my regret.
I don't mind either kids saving the world or fan service, but more adult-oriented stories, adult themes, political plots,
So that not a drop of Judish blood must spill.
all of that.
One act brings it all to naught. Since it has come to this, I will return at once and put an end to this wretched war.
Your path shall be a harrowed one. Begone.
Thank you for your leave, sire. Now I must hurry back home. Farewell.
We now at last have cause to strike at Jutland.
Our forces await your orders, sire.
You know, if they had worked better on the gameplay mechanics,
reached the Empire after Lord Lindegard returned to his country.
this would have been a masterpiece. It had a lot of potential. Or hell, maybe they could have turned it into another Chronicles game. Not a spin-off.
News that the country had reclaimed territory brought joy to the normally quiet lives of its citizens. However, this uplifting atmosphere and the events that led to the war were carefully constructed by the 5 traitors.
I don't know what they were planning to do with this game. But it's still a game by Sega and Mediavision. And the same people, the exact same people who made the Chronicle series, made this spin-off as well. These are the real 5 main characters. I mean, the entire story revolves around them.
Yo! Look who's here! Today's MVP. Just like old times. AM?
Yeah, hasn't changed a bit.
Well, shall we begin?
It's good to be back in our palace.
To today's victory.
Cheers!
That's right, that's the same voice actor as Ryuji, who also voices the main character in Valkyria Chronicles 4, by the way.
Great company. Just like I keep telling you guys, Lady Luck is on our side.
I was wrong, Am. Like you and Saul said, war's our best bet.
The public supports the war, and the opposing factions are being pushed back. Things have been set into motion.
Right. No stopping now. Balthus didn't remember what he did to us.
What?
Hey, you're joking, right? After the shit he pulled?
That can't be. He killed so many people. How could anyone forget so much bloodshed?
It simply shows that a small incident like that was an everyday occurrence for them.
Whoa, whoa, the hell you mean small incident?
Still, we've accomplished one part of our revenge. There is something that bothers me, though, Am.
What's that?
One squad member and the princess showed up, didn't they? After you killed Balthus?
Seriously?
Yeah.
So they saw you?
It's nothing to worry about. They saw me kill an enemy general, nothing more.
And I guess that's fine.
Keep an eye on them, just in case.
Sure.
Anyway, that's 1 down, 4 to go.
Let's make full use of the coming winter for this war. We'll advance on Ruse's capital and take revenge on the Emperor. Maria should be with him.
And that's why we need to save her.
Hell yeah! I can't wait to see her again.
By the way, Amlet, have you heard already?
What about it?
Your rank. You're being promoted to captain.
Yeah, there are a lot of intense characters in this game, and in the entire series as well. But no other Valkyria game has more intense characters than here. Trust me. And the story gets more intense the more you advance.
First Lieutenant Amlet Gronkair, in light of your faithful service, I hereby promote you to the rank of Captain.
Your Majesty.
You also have my gratitude for bringing my daughter safely home. Prithee, was she a burden to the operation?
No, sire. Ophelia showed great bravery on the battlefield.
Oh, is that so? Good. Very good. Loyal subjects, you have served your country well. That province once belonged to the kingdom. Reclaiming it is a benefit to us all, and a change for the better. There may be hard times ahead, but I have hope that our nation will continue to progress forward. Warriors of Vannergund, keep the light of Jutland bright!
Father, I wish to say something as well. My beloved people of Jutland. For the first time in my life, my mettle was tempered in the flames of battle. It was an experience I can scarcely put into words. Only by reminding myself of why we fought did I survive. 'Twas for you that my countrymen achieved this victory. My eyes have been opened to the horrors of war. But we have languished under the Emperor's embargo for far too long. No longer could I stand idly by watching our kingdom lapse deeper into exhausting destitution. Thus, I chose to act. And put myself in the front lines. I will continue to fight for Jutland, my beloved country. But for that to happen, we need the help of our military. Our parliament uniting the people. Our proletariat supporting the industry. Our press giving voice to the populace. And all the citizens of the nation working together till the end of the war and the prosperity of Jutland. I will keep fighting at the vanguard, dreaming of that day.
Nice speech, Princess. That's easier dreamt than done. Yes, but her presence alone will help sway the public in favor of the war.
By intense characters, you guys mean edgy characters? Or just really passionate?
Godot?
Why, look who it is. Good day to you.
Of course you're here.
My, aren't you saucy? I am the princess's lady-in-waiting, after all.
Is something the matter, Godot?
Princess, might I have a word with you? In private.
I'd advise against that, milady. He may be my older brother, but to hold privy council alone with a man? Oh, the scandal.
Please, Miss Ophelia.
Excuse us, Miranda.
Oh, you don't need to apologize to me. This would-be Romeo is the one overstepping his bounds. Besides, I'm only pulling his leg.
Just go. My time is very limited.
Yes, yes.
Princess, about Hamlet.
Did you learn something?
Not a great deal, I'm afraid. All I could learn about his life before the Institute is that his adopted parents passed away. Nothing more. He has no past.
What do you suppose that means?
When he struck down Balthus, he said, "I'll never forget what you Ruks did to us." He's hiding something. Of this I am certain. And I fear whatever that may be will betray us all. I'm sure further investigation will yield the truth. I'll continue looking into him. Good day, Princess.
Hamlet. Who are you, really?
Sorry guys, I had a fly situation here. This guy is one of the best antagonists ever. Great character, you know.
Bring you news of weal or woe?
Brenland's unit has been decimated. Everything is as you have commanded.
Good. On to the next step, Reaper.
So this is the controversial Valkyria, but you can't see her true form right now because she's wearing an outfit. That caused a lot of controversy too. Save your progress finally. I'm gonna say no because I already beat the game. And I just want to stream this game for today. But as you saw, yeah, it's a lot of story, a lot of dialogue, like a lot. And then there's like 5 minutes of gameplay. See, there's more scenes to come.
Next is Ipsaria.
The Ragnite capital of the world. Sounds like fun, yeah?
Ipsaria was once the leading country in Ragnite production for Europa. Originally, Ruse was lacking in both natural resources and national power, not unlike Jutland. But after seizing Ipsaria, Ruse exploited those resources to become a global power while toying with the existing ones.
Yeah, like a visual novel, that's right.
In a manner of speaking, Ipsaria is the heart of the Ruse Empire. We will have Jutland taken. Our presently destitute country should be rejuvenated by gaining control of the Ragnite.
Which in turn means weakening Ruse.
You magnificent bastard. Look who's talking. Have you seen your suit? Once we get our hands on all that Ragnite, my company's net worth is gonna skyrocket.
You wouldn't be the only one to profit. If current issues like inflation or supply shortages are resolved, naturally...
The people of Jutland will see the war as a success, just like we want.
Violet, are any Grand Generals stationed in Ipsaria?
Nope.
And how did the people of Ipsaria feel about Ruse's occupation? To hear my business partners tell it, they don't think too kindly of their Imperial occupiers. After Ruse invaded and took control, the Emperor didn't waste any time cleaning house. Executed the entire royal family along with any loyalists.
That sounds like something Claudius would do.
Still, the effect was instantaneous. There are hardly any dissenting opinions against Ruse there since they fear military oppression.
Doesn't mean their dissatisfaction isn't simmering under the surface. Guess that's where I come in. Got it. We'll distribute an anonymous flyer. A manifesto from resistance forces trying to shed a light on Ruse's crimes and restore honor to their late king. Straight up sedition. And I thought I was the bastard here. I take that as a compliment.
Stir up Ipsaria and lay the groundwork, making them more accepting of Jutland. It's a solid idea.
You can leave the distribution of the flyers to me.
Please continue the operation within Jutland as well.
More rabble-rousing? We already threw fuel on that fire. We'll do it as much as we can. A war effort's only as strong as the citizens who support it.
Precisely. Amlet, make sure to pay attention to the citizens when you walk around town. We can gauge public opinion toward the war by their attitude toward the commander of the elite unit. And again, be amicable.
That's rich, coming from you.
Got it.
Good. That concludes today's agenda.
Well then, meeting adjourned. It's about to get real busy around here.
Guess what's coming next? Another scene.
It's a beautiful sunset. We can't help but come here, can we? This used to be our favorite spot.
Yeah.
I have an idea, Am. What do you say we go grab a drink afterward?
I'd rather just get back to headquarters.
Oh, come on. A few rounds wouldn't hurt.
We don't need anyone getting suspicious of me. Besides, I need to put together a plan to free Ipsaria.
What an annoyingly flawless response. Well, come join me next time. We haven't gone drinking in a while with just the two of us. Even you need to unwind at some point.
Sure.
I'll hold you to it. You just gave me your word. You're a rare breed of man, Am. The kind that doesn't pass out when they go drinking with me. I won't let you get away so easily. Well then, I'll see you around.
All right, everyone, let's head back home.
How far did we get?
Oh yeah, more tutorials every once in a while. So yeah, the story of this game is very intense. Revolves around this group of 5 characters who started the war just to get revenge. And then there's the princess who wants to liberate her country from economical oppression done by the imperialism from the empire. So these two plots from the main characters and the princess merge together at some point, and yep, you get the idea. A lot of things happen about morals. They start questioning themselves and each other. It gets pretty intense. It may not look that way at the beginning, but it does get pretty intense. Like I said, it's just one of the best stories I've seen in a JRPG. It's fantastic. But yeah, those looking to get into the gameplay might want to look elsewhere, because the gameplay here is kept to a minimum, except for some boss battles, which are, like I said, very long. Some of them can be like an hour long, and it does get tedious at some points. Other than that, it's just amazing. Thanks, Might. Thanks for your donation. Well, let's see if I can at least attempt another mission, but as far as I remember, there's like a bunch of other scenes. Yeah, more cutscenes after this part. Bludgeon says he was not a fan of this game. Could have been great. It left too much to be desired. Yeah, you know, gameplay-wise, I totally agree. I mean, the gameplay is very lacking in this game, especially the battle system. Like I said, it's no masterpiece. It's just a game you will be playing for the story, and technically nothing more. The graphics are great, music is great, but the only thing that really stands out is the story. Of course, if you don't like the story in this game, then it's all over. There's no reason for you to play this game. It does get better. Sometimes you get this free time in the game, and you get to do 2 or 3 missions straight, so you can get like 1 hour, 2 hours of gameplay straight with no interruptions. But yeah, the entire half of the game, the first half of the game, is just cutscene after cutscene, like 10 cutscenes and then 1 mission, then 20 cutscenes and 1 mission. It goes on like that, on and on. And you want to know what's worse? Well, that wasn't worse for me. It was actually pretty good, but they left out certain scenes from the plot, and you can select this guy to watch them. So not only you get like 10,000 scenes between missions, you can even watch more missions. I mean, more scenes with this guy here. Some of them add up to character development, and some of them add up to the plot, but not that much, which is why I think the developers left them out of the main story. So yeah, let's choose resume story so we can get 20 more cutscenes.
This is a true story.
I love this song.
I can understand that soldiers die during war. However, according to your story, Professor, Amlet the traitor went out of his way to kill one of the Empire's grand generals. Why did he go to such lengths?
There's a reason behind his actions, as well as why this grave was built as the traitors had requested. It could all be seen through the actions of the princess after she had witnessed him kill the grand general.
Loading, loading, and more loading. I also don't like how sometimes when a character is talking, the camera doesn't focus on them.
Why don't we catch our breath?
Nay, I will carry on.
Woohoo! Another mission, finally! I had completely forgotten about this. You gotta attack them from behind, these shield bearers. But since the princess is a magic user, it's much better to use magic. There. I'm not cool at this game, you know. It's just that easy.
Push yourself too hard.
Our next operation approaches. I must prove myself by then.
Oh, thanks, mate.
During our first mission,
Take care and thanks for joining today.
I wish for my mind to be as well honed as this blade. Only then will my soul know peace.
Are you referring to the soldier you slayed?
My dreams have been haunted by that moment.
Oh, you too, Kirika. Thanks for joining.
That,
Take
however,
care.
is because I knew so little of combat. One who mourns the death of an enemy has no place in war. Because I have declared to my people that I will continue to stand at the front lines, I cannot allow my heart to falter.
They say to pity a starving, dying animal is to show great empathy. But to show great empathy means to put yourself at risk. Wild animals do not worry for other wild animals. To them, life is the never-ending struggle to survive, to find food. It's the same for us on the battlefield. There's no room for empathy.
Well, that's cold.
It is a harsh world we live in.
Indeed it is.
Yep, you guessed it. More scenes.
Everything looks black and white.
That's why you picked up the sword, Your Highness. Because you have a responsibility, both as a citizen and as royalty.
Just so.
I wouldn't want you to lose your emotional investment in all this.
Nor would I. Yet that is precisely why I worry about Anlet.
I've pored over countless records, but there is nothing on him prior to his adoption. The lack of information on him is highly unusual. Did he share anything with you during your time at the Institute?
Not at all. He never was the type to talk about his past.
Huh.
Perhaps I will ask the professor.
Professor?
Our former teacher. I am certain she would...
Your Highness! Finally, I found you. Don't you know how troublesome it is when you go out without telling me where?
She needed a quiet place to practice her swordsmanship. Can't get any training done with you bothering her. Had we told you, you would just follow along and pester us here. Like you're doing now.
Oh, hush. Now, milady. Let's return to the palace. I'll train you myself if you please. I've wielded a sword against my nagging brother many a time, so I'm confident in my skills. In fact, I'm positive your training would go better with me.
Absolutely not. You never hold back. Or something to happen to the princess.
I never held back against you because you're my brother. If that wasn't obvious, it's no wonder you can't find love, despite sharing some of my good looks.
You two are thick as thieves as always.
Is that how it seems?
Indeed. I already envied your kinship, but the bond you both share really is something special.
Huh.
What kind of sibling would you wish for, Princess? A kind and caring big sister? or a rambunctious little brother?
Let me see. Either way, I certainly would be content. But if I had to choose, I'd prefer an elder brother. One on whom I could always rely. Someone like Godot, for instance.
You are too kind, Princess.
Oh, is that... Are you blushing?
We should return to headquarters. It's nearly time to discuss our next operation.
Already? I was so engaged in our practice, I suppose I lost track of the hour. Let us go then. Good day to you, Miranda.
Oh, thanks for your comments, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Guess my big brother's got a soft spot after all.
It is my pleasure, after all, to do these streams. Just to show you games, you know, and talk about them. Hey, Takada. This game disappointed you? Yeah, this game disappointed a lot of people, I know that. We've been seeing in this stream why. The reasons why we believe this game disappointed a lot of people. Ooh, I forgot I'm not saving this game. I already beat it. Yeah. So anyway, this is it for today, guys. If I continue with this game, you will only see like 10 more cutscenes, and if you have already decided to play this game, if this stream convinced you, then you might want to hold on to that, because there are some small spoilers ahead as far as I remember, and the details to the next mission and whatever. It's gonna be like half hour before I can get to the real next mission, so I want to bore you guys to death. Of course, their story is pretty good, really good, so it's totally worth playing this game just for the story. And if you guys manage to enjoy everything else, like the graphics, I mean, look at this scene. I think this is beautiful. It may not be AAA graphics, but I love this art style right here. And the music, like I said, I have a lot of good reasons to love this game. So I hope you can find at least one good reason to play it. It's pretty cheap right now, like I said. $10 game. Somebody was saying this is $7 on Amazon, so get your hands on it. You've got no excuse. A pretty good game. Random question. Level 5 an ounce, White Knight Chronicles 3. Will you be as hype as I will be? Probably. I'm not that big of a fan of White Knight Chronicles, but I would love for a third one in the series. Yeah, this game does have a lot of style. And thanks, Juan, for your support and for your donation today. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. A lot of scenes. It felt more like we were watching a movie together. I should have called this Erick Landon RPG Watches Valkyria Revolution. This was more like a let's watch instead of a let's play. But anyway, it was a really good let's watch, because the story is amazing. Can't praise the story enough in this game. It's fucking amazing. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and see you next time.